Now, as this year is coming closer and closer to come to a close, and I personally am getting very dangerously close to my long-term total monthly and total yearly dividend goal of $120,000 per year in dividends, or $10,000 on average per month. I've been doing a lot of thinking as of recent of what I want to keep buying in 2026 and beyond, and there's 3 specific high-income ETFs that I do have in my targets that I want to share with you guys in today's video. Now, these 3 dividend ETFs all offer a high amount of dividend income right from day one. They also each have absolutely no price decay since inception, meaning that they have grown in price since they started trading, but also on top of that have paid out a ton in dividend income. In this video, we're going to go through all 3 of these names. I'm going to share with you what they are, how they work, what they have to offer, and give you guys a glimpse inside of my thinking when it comes to buys later on this year and of course into next year. So if this sort of thing interests you at all, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has already helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker, the one I use all the time on my videos, has also helped so many investors stay organized and has actually helped them see their dividend income grow. Well, today I have something even better for you guys. When you click the first link down below in my description and you grab my A to Z dividend investing ebook, today you're not only going to get the ebook, but you're also going to be getting the custom dividend tracker, which you can use to track your own dividend income ongoingly. Get direct access to my personal email where you guys can email me any questions regarding dividend investing. You're also going to receive a link to view all of my holdings inside my 7-figure dividend portfolio and see all the positions I add and take away ongoingly. And you're going to get for absolutely free my brand new high yield dividend investing ebook, where I show you the power of maximizing some of these high yielding ETFs and teach you everything there is to know about that also. This is going to be your one shot to grab everything inside of one single bundle, but you got to move quick because I'm not going to offer this for long. Now, with all that, let's get back into the video. So the first ETF that I have in my sights that I want to grab a lot more of this year and beyond into next year is a very interesting and effective, at least so far, high income ETF, the Curve Technology Titans Select KQQQ ETF, which offers exposure to some of the top names in technology. It says right here, potential benefits of Curve Technology Titans Select ETF, removing non-technology companies helps to gain pure exposure to the top technology growth stocks through smart security selection, dynamic optimization, balance between physical and or synthetic company exposure. To seek maximum growth, names are weighted based on momentum signals, which I love this. Writing cover calls seeks to generate income on a stock with limited upside potential or low price momentum, which can also serve as a potential downside mitigation. The investment objective and strategy for this one, it says Curve Technology Titan Select ETF seeks to maximize total return by actively managing a portfolio with concentrated exposure to high conviction technology titans, while also at the same time generating potentially tax efficient income. So the cool thing about KQQQ is that the objective is going to be total return, which at the end of the day, we all have to agree that's probably one of the most important objectives when it comes down to it. High price return, high yield is all cool, but the reality is total return is the main metric a lot of us should focus on. Now, the main reason I want to add a lot more KQQQ to my long-term portfolio towards the end of this year and then into 2026 is simply because I want to have exposure to more technology in my portfolio, but through a high income strategy. And as of right now, this ETF's distribution rate is massive, 18.82%. So the cool thing with this ETF is you're still getting exposure, high beta names like Amazon, Meta, Broadcom, etc. But you're also getting a little bit of downside protection, and on top of that, you're getting a lot more income generation as of right now compared to lots of the other more NASDAQ focused high income ETFs. The ETF is relatively new, so take this with a grain of salt, but the total return so far is 28.6%, which is not bad whatsoever. This ETF could potentially become a much larger portion of my portfolio moving forward. Now, the next ETF I'm going to focus on this year and of course into next is probably one that you guys are going to say boring to, but Devo, the Amplified Enhanced Dividend Income ETF. I know Devo is kind of boring. It only offers around a 4.8% distribution rate. In a world now where there's so many high yielding options, but again, this video is going to be talking about names I'm really focusing on. I'm of course going to still be sprinkling in some ultra high yielders and everything else in between. But the way that Devo works is it's basically a basket of high quality, large cap companies with histories of dividend and earnings growth, along with a tactical cover call strategy on individual stocks. So Devo sort of gives you the best of both worlds, once again, of holding on to individual names that offer a lot of growth potential, that offer a lot of dividend growth potential, but then with selling individual cover calls down here, you can see there's a ton of income generation, or at least in my opinion, a ton, 5% more or less to start. Now, probably the main reason I'm gonna add a lot more Devo is because I do just want to keep building stability in my portfolio. As my portfolio gets larger and larger, which is a good problem to have, it does feel like certain areas get a little bit top heavy. So I always look to use Devo as sort of that stable pillar to sort of control the rest of the portfolio. Not to mention, sure, Devo is a little bit boring, I get it, but this ETF consistently, ever since 2016 has offered around 12% per year returns, total return that is, every single year to investors. Now the last and final ETF, not the only 3 ETFs I'm going to buy of course, but the ETFs I'm really going to focus on is going to be the NEOS S&P 500 high income ETF, an ETF that I've loved for a while now. I would still consider it my favorite high income ETF across the markets, and that's simply because I personally want to have more and more S&P 500 exposure. I really think S&P 500 exposure is very, very important for a long-term portfolio. But the cool thing about this ETF is that it does it through a high income strategy. SPYI seeks monthly income in a tax efficient manner, lots of ROC, return of capital with this one, with the potential for upside appreciation. Now the cool thing about this ETF is that basically every single share that you buy, again based off of previous historical numbers, you're looking at around a 50-cent dividend increase for your portfolio. So that means if I buy 2 shares here, 4 shares there, 8 shares there, you're talking about a lot of forward monthly income, which is definitely going to push the needle when it comes to building my portfolio. Not to mention this ETF, maybe not the best returns across anything in the market, but 53% total return, not bad whatsoever. This ETF has offered me a ton of monthly income, which I've used to reinvest in buy more and more dividend paying stocks and ETFs. This ETF has been amazing overall. So there we have it guys. Those are 3 specific high income ETFs I'm looking to really target in the late months of 2025 and into 2026 for various specific reasons. As I always say, my long-term dividend portfolio that you can see right here is a constant work in progress. There's tons of things for sale in the portfolio if the prices become right in the market, and I'm constantly trying to resculpt the portfolio to make it better and better. But before I go into a question for you guys down below, in 2026, as far as high income ETFs go, what are some names you're personally focused on as of right now? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like in it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.